There you go. I'm sitting on a bucket. I'll fill this up with snow if I can before I leave. But I wanted to come to show you this right here today. This brownish stuff. If I can get some snow off it, if I can. It was it's January 7th, 2017, and our low temperature this morning was -9, but it's up to 3 degrees now. So I figured it'd be a good time to come out here and show you this stuff. This is rock lichen, or navel lichen, or umbilical cord lichen, or umbilical lichen. And if I can find a good piece, I can show you why it's called that. There is a little divot. I don't know if you can see that in there or not. There's a little divot they call the umbilical, and that is where it is attached to this smooth granite here. And these right here, they take decades to get this size. So they're very slow growing, and when the air is dry, has a little moisture in it, you can hear how crunchy it is. Now I want to be careful because I don't want to break any of this off, because it takes literally dozens of years to grow. And when it's wet, or when the air is filled with a lot of moisture, these will actually turn like an olive green. And I'm going to keep an eye out. This one is barely hanging on. So I'm going to take this inside with me, and I'm going to show you another trick with that. So let me put this in my pocket. And this right here, if you're starving, you can eat this stuff. However, the problem with that is it has very, very, very poor nutrient value. And it's actually known as a starvation food. It will fill your belly, but it won't give you any nutrients. And to show you how, to give you an example of how poor this is in nutrients, that during the starvation times of the early settlers, they boiled their boots, their belts, their shoes to get those nutrients before they ate this stuff. And this right here will grow on this type of rock, like I already mentioned, but it's very tough. Even when you boil it, you put it in soups and you can boil the hell out of it, and it will become soft a little bit, but it's more rubbery. It's very tough. And if you boil it long enough, it can be a soup thickener. But you have to boil it for a really long time from what I've read. And what this does, it absorbs nutrients from the air. But if it absorbs nutrients from the air, then it also absorbs the pollutants. So we live in a good part of the country, but the East Coast, you never know what's coming across the country, and acid rain and such. So I don't know. I don't plan on starving myself enough to even try this stuff, even out of curiosity, because, like I said, it takes dozens of years to grow, and I don't want to interrupt this little colony here. But it is fun to watch. It's fun to see it turn colors, and it doesn't take very long to turn color, actually. So this is rock lichen, also known as navel lichen, and umbilical lichen. And I really can't find a good piece now that it's hard, and I don't want to disturb it at all. But you see, this right here is all one piece, and way in there, that's that little umbilical where it's attached to the rock. And this is acidic, so it's nothing that's bad for you, but it's not good for you either. It doesn't offer you anything. It'll fill the stomach, kind of like chewing on a piece of leather, I guess, and it will fill the space, but it doesn't offer you any nutrients. And I don't know what else I can tell you about it, but I'm going to bring this piece inside and keep an eye out for any more pieces that break off in the high winds. And I'll show you a little experiment. And if I can't do it today, I'll show you another day. But I want to find pieces that are already broken off or just dangling. And just so I don't disturb this. Knowing the history behind it and what it does and how it acts. And how it grows and all that good stuff. It's fun. It's fun to learn about. And the more you learn about stuff like that, the more you tend to appreciate it. And, of course, if I ever become in a starvation state, I'll know that will fill my belly, but I won't do anything else. And can't depend on it, because if I eat all this, it's going to take dozens of years for it to grow back. So best just leave it alone and admire it for what it is, for where it is. Okay, my fingers are cold. I got to get snow.